Big Boar Barbecue presents Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV with Dan the Voice Dykman, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul the Statman Riker. Brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist, serving the La Crosse area since 1929. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hey again, race fans, welcome in. Seven Rivers Racing KQEG TV, start of the month. Warm temperatures, and then the rain saw snow in Colorado and Wyoming. That means it's almost Oktoberfest racing time, except we don't want the rain, we don't want the snow. That's Paul Riker, Billy Doc Niles, and Radio Man Dan Dyker. We're going to jump right into it.
Now, of course, our sponsors have title sponsor Big Boar Barbecue, once again voted #1 restaurant and caterer in La Crosse County. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, you feel the temperatures right now. Get that furnace checked out. Fansarena.com, what cool threads they put on top of us. J&L Collectibles and NorthstarCustoms.com. Thank you all for being advertising partners in 2020.
Let's get started with the Tomah Sparta Speedway Championship night last weekend. And we're going to start things off with the last two from the modifieds. And from the outset, this one was all Darren Salo. He was in the point running, so was Nick Quinnell, so was Brad Wilds. And, well, Quinnell and Wilds pretty much had their own battle going on for several laps. And this one here, even though Darren Salo had pretty much checked out of this one. And, well, in the end, it was Darren Salo getting a third win on the year. The champion was Brad Wilds. He gets his second straight season championship. Antonio DeVito takes Rookie of the Year honors. Antonio DeVito, the pizza guy. Let's look at the sportsman, Paul.
Yes, Jason Backus got out to a quick start at the start of the sportsman feature. Jake Schiller got to second. He was trying to keep pace with Backus. He was making up a little more ground in the closing laps. Even a little lap traffic helped him out, but Backus still kept Schiller in his rear view and ended up claiming his third win of the season. And what a year for Bill Schott as he claims Rookie of the Year and the championship.
Let's go to a fantastic hobby stock feature. 20 laps this time, Billy.
Yeah, Aaron Hendricks would shoot past Tyler Stuber at the start of this one. He'd set sail. He's gone. The race is right behind him. Austin Schott, Mark Chalet move up to second. They'll battle for a while. Alex Ruda's going to join them. Even using a pick, of Shelby Lockington, not enough for Rude to catch Schott. He's going to settle into third while Hendricks runs off and rings that bell. Rude follows up his Rookie of the Year last year with his first ever track championship. Congratulations to him. He got to ring the bell, too.
20 laps was added to the Hornet feature this time. Let's show the last two laps of this one here. Early crash by Josh Meyer. Man, that thing was nasty.
Yes, it was.
Blew a tire and then shot right on the turn 2 wall. Good thing he climbed onto that one. Josh Schaller made quick work of Zach Oliver. Zach Oliver won his first race of the year as a rookie. He was trying to make bookends out of it, but that wasn't going to happen. Andy Barney driving his daughter Jaden Schock's car. The number 10 starts bobbing and weaving through the field. He finally gets his way up to second. But by that time, Josh Schaller had almost a half-track advantage running for, the number 3. That was Ron Pearson.
And Paul Finch.
Yep. This year. He goes on to get the win, but Sean McCarthy, more importantly, he finishes 6th. He takes home his first ever track championship title, so kudos goes out to him. 6 shooters, man, this was a chaotic one as well. We had to restart this one 3 times on the opening lap with all the wrecks that were going on. Trayton Winnicky took advantage of a Hollywood Henderson spin or Hollywood Hellerud spin and was trying to march to the front and win this one here. But and here comes Matt Moore marching through the field as he's done throughout the entire season. Matt Moore is going to go on and win the race. Dan Fry, best he could do was 3rd in the end, but it was good enough for Dan Fry to win his 2nd consecutive 6-shooter championship.
Quick question.
Nicely done. 2
shots to Fireball because they both got something that night?
Oh, they owed me a total of 9, and we took care of that on the track before we were taking championship pictures. Believe you me, and we took care of that right there on the track. High School Racing Association, man, that was a good one.
Yeah, definitely. Someone from Melrose Mindoro High School was going to win this one. Braden Lockington and Mitchell Berg were battling it out. Looked like Berg was going to win it. Dressed a little wide, opens it up for Lockington. Berg trying again. He's going to drift wide coming out of turn 4 on the white flag. That allows Lockington to drive away to collect his first ever High School Racing Association victory. He got to ring the bell for the first time also.
Final event on the night was the Chaos event. It was a double spin win. Justin DeLapp Sr. was quickest, so he gets the top spot. And, of course, he was tied with Dustin McCracken for the championship. And because of the way that they fared out earlier in the year, it was DeLapp claiming the championship. Let's hop into La Crosse Speedway real quick. We had 3 races on Saturday night. 110 4- and 6-cylinder cars ready to take to the action track. Quarter mile, probably one of the biggest enduros La Crosse Speedway seen in a long time. After all the carnage, man, there was quite a bit of it too. Fires, cars flipping over, you name it, it was happening out there. The win goes to the team of Luke McFadden and Nick Powers. Troy Tomah said he was going to come and claim that money. Well, he ended up taking second and did a nice job of the Big Cheese 200 Enduro. We had a minivan championship.
Yes, final minivan race of the year. John Heidner powered his way by Al Bartles with 5 laps to go to claim his 3rd win of the season. Claim wraps up the points championship, and 2nd straight year that minivan has won the championship. Of course, Rob Sandfield won that last year.
And I was right. Minivan number 14 won the championship.
Rumor has it Rob Stanfield's going back in that minivan again for next year. Bill, final High School Racing Association race at La Crosse. It was points night.
Yeah, points night. You know, Austin Kinsey versus what was her name? Clements.
Kelsey Clements.
Kelsey Clements. Them two coming down for the championship, but what a great race. Mitchell Berg chasing down Spencer Neviger. He'd get around about 2 laps to go, and unlike the night before, actually claims the feature win here. But Kinsey, even though he blew his motor 5 laps into the event, still had a big enough pad to claim the first ever High School Racing Association track championship at La Crosse. So congratulations to Onalaska Luther's Ashton Kinsey.
Coming up next on the big show, we had such a big 6-shooter race at the Tomah Sparta Speedway for the championship this past Saturday and Friday night. We're going to replay you that, and you know you want to sit back and watch the end of that Enduro. That thing was huge. There was a lot of passing going on, a lot of fast cars, and about 109 different bumpers flying down the front straightaway. We're just getting started. Stay tuned. More at 7 at Rivers Racing next on KQEG TV.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
La Crosse has spoken. Hi, Jerry here, and once again you voted us the best barbecue and caterer. This year you added ribs. I'm truly humbled by this honor. If you haven't tried our barbecue, I invite you to stop in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Find out why La Crosse County consistently votes us #1. Ribs, pulled pork, brisket, and chicken, and so much more. We also cater groups large and small. Big Bore Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that really actually matter. Like figuring out which remote turns the TV on, or the smell in the vegetable crisper that in no way can be vegetables, or finding your phone when you leave it on vibrate. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Welcome back, 7 Rivers Racing, KQEG TV, Doc Paul, and The Voice. You know, we had a big set of races at the Tomah Sparta Speedway on Friday night last week when we were crowning champions. And, you know, there wasn't many times this year that we had to throw the green flag and bring it back 3 times before a lap got in.
No, that was a wild 6-shooter race on the Tomah on Friday night.
Well, it was so good, and Matt Moore, him and Dan Fry, I think they had 14 combined wins in that race car, in both their race cars this year. And then you throw it Bobby Frisch, who picked up a win in the number 90 2 weeks ago at the Hobby Fest. Thought we were going to show you what we saw and crown a couple of champions here. Let's roll the 6-shooters.
Hollywood Hillerud on the outside. They'll bring them off for turn 4. Final green of the year for 6-shooters here. Oh, 3 wide, trying to Winnicky takes advantage. Here we go. DeLapp into the hill down the back straightaway. Tim Murphy's into the wall in turn 3. Chaos caution. So DeLapp pulls it off the hill down the back straightaway, and Murphy gets it away from the wall. This will be an official restart. Wow.
Well, that's what, see, there's the Diker curse. There you go.
There it was. I said
had to say it.
Right halfway through the modifieds, we were caution-free, and I did it again.
You had to say it, didn't you?
Next year, you're going to have to get a scorecard.
I've got one going over here right now.
I'll put $1 in the naughty jar next year. I bring out the Diker curse.
Better make that a 10.
Complete restart, top to bottom. Doesn't look like anybody was phased by that. Triton Winicky. Wow, did he take to the top spot after that 3-wide melee off of 2?
Took off like a rocket out of there.
Winicky, one of those drivers out of Baraboo, man, he steadily came around this year. He found his niche in the 6 shooters. Shotty will do the same thing. One of his teammates in the 15Z.
Remember Winicky's first night out here, he had a rough start of things by we're in a turn 3 wall. Not a good way to start off, but he sure has made a comeback from that.
He got less than 1 out of the way.
Yeah, better
So
to get out of the way
It's going to
early.
be a complete restart, top to bottom, with Hollywood Hellerud and Reckless John Clausen in row number 1. Winicky, Meyer, DeLapp, Lockington, Zacharias, and everybody else going to try to do it again. We are green. Wave those kids' flags. Hollywood Hellerud now will take to the top spots, and I don't like that 3. Oh, here we go. Josh Meyer hard on the turn 2 wall. That was a hard shot in the turn 2 wall for Josh Meyer. Red flag is out. And Josh Meyer's out of the car race, fans. Waving back, you hate to see that, especially on the final night of racing. Josh is out picking up parts already.
Oh, he really got tore up in that one.
Tim Murphy Sr. again into the wall twice with no official lap in yet. So this one may take a little bit. Man, you hate to see that. Josh, such a good kid, steadily coming around.
Yeah, a
He's
lot of
been
promise.
in it several times to win this year, and man, you hate that.
That was 100% just an accident.
Try to win a key on the bump for the 20 lap. We're going to try to maybe 3 times the charm with the green flag this time. Winicky and Hellerud off of turn 4. Let's try her again. Lockington, Zacharias, Warman, McCracken, Moore, Fry, Shoddy, Clausen, Morrison, Burbach, DeLapp, and Hessig all make the field. We got a lap in. Holy cow, we got a lap in. Good battle up front, though, between Weineke and Hellerud, 2 relative newcomers to the Tomah Sparta Speedway. Neither had been here the entire season. Joshua Zacharias won a couple of weeks ago, but he's going to have to fend off Matt Moore. Moore has won almost every other night here at Tomah, along with Dan Fry.
And it looks like Moore is on the roll.
Bobby Frisch took the number 90 to victory lane last Sunday. And Weineke passed Hollywood Hellerud, starting to open up a 5-car advantage. Our newcomer is the 13 of Derek Glass, the 13 out of Tomah. So with 4 in, it's Weineke, Hellerud, Fry, Zacharias, Warman, who's currently 4th in points, and the 18 of Dan Fry. Moore gets around Hollywood Hellerud into 2nd. He goes. Glass going down a lap here in the early going. 5 in, 15 to go. Very wisely letting all the leaders roll past him. Hellerud 3rd. Here comes Warman now. He's going to challenge Zacharias for that 4th and 5th position along with Dan Fry. That's a tough 3-car challenge there off of 2. Winicky comes out of Baraboo, started about a month ago. Told his buddy Zach Shoddy, hey, this is such a good time, why don't you come out of Baraboo? He brought the 15Z. Last week, Patrick Shoddy was behind the wheel of that hot rod. Now, Winicky's going to have to continually be on the hammer, knowing Matt Moore is right behind him by about 10 car lengths. Those two have checked out. Hellerud, a steady job holding on to third. Warman and Zacharias side by side for fourth and fifth, holding up Fry and McCracken. Going to be interesting to see how third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh shakes out as they're all jumbled together into turn 3 and 4. For Winicky, best race he's had here at Tomah so far, but Matt Moore has been into the real estate. He's got it down to 5 car lengths. Moore not even lifting into 3 and 4. He's got it down to 2 car lengths. Winicky's lead is shrinking big time. Hellerud continually holding off the advances of Zacharias. 3 wide heading into turn 1. Dan Frost trying to find some room to get around. Back up front, Matt Moore takes Winicky side by side. 9 to go now, 8. Moore again trying to get doubled up on Winicky for the front row. Back around turn 2. It's Hollywood Hellerud. Dan Fry finally past Zacharias. He'll jump to the outside. Battle for third is on. 2 by 2, they come off of turn 4. Back up front, it's still 2 by 2 with Winicky and Moore. 6.5 remaining. They got a lap car to get into with Morrison, though. Fry into a solid third. Hellerud fourth. McCracken fifth. Zacharias, then Warman. See if Winicky can use Morrison as a pawn. Moore's on the hammer. He's going to try to tie up Winicky with a lap car. It works for Moore. He'll take the race lead. That is a veteran race car driver move right there. With 5 to go, it's Matt Moore. Winicky's second, way back in third is Fry. Fourth is Hellerud, McCracken, Warman, Zacharias, and DeLapp. Shoddy has parked his ride to the inside of turn 1. See if that Hornet feature winds up like this. It's got potential to be like that. Well, Winicky is really trying to hang with Matt Moore. He's got it down to 2 car lengths. That's an awfully fast 12T. Mullet Militia Racing Chevy Monte Carlo. And Matt Moore in that 2004 Chevy Malibu. 3 to go. More lap traffic. Clausen and Lockington about to go a lap down. Fry still a settling third. Fourth is McCracken. Fifth is Warman. Lockington goes down as Moore passes by, as does Winicky. Winicky has got it right there. White flag out, 1 to go. Best race of the year for Triton Winicky. Checker flag is out. He'll take the final feature of the year at the line, Matt Moore. Oh, Winicky had his foot into it coming out of turn 4.
And of course, Matt Moore, going to get the fireball shots going to fireball lanes. Dan Fry claiming the championship. Third place good enough to take the championship from his buddy. I think fireball lanes ought to throw some fireball shots out for that one too. So great job by those guys. They're going to be running for another championship at La Crosse here in a few weeks. You were right, Dan. I'm reading this right up. Chaotic start to this bad boy.
Yeah, and Street Stocks also runs Saturday night at the Night of Destruction, so they actually have a couple of races left to get ready for one race left to get ready for Oktoberfest. When we come back, He mentioned it. He said the word chaos. That's exactly what the Crosse Speedway Big Cheese Enduro was all about last weekend. 110 entries on the Action Track Quarter Mile. We're going to show you some of that race coming up next on KQEG TV.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Well, you've done it again. Hi, Jerry here. You voted us the #1 barbecue and caterer for the 5th year in a row. This year you added ribs. Now, if you haven't tried our barbecue, let me personally invite you to try the best ribs, pulled pork, brisket, chicken, and so much more. Visit us on Highway 16 West Salem. Dine in or outside at one of our picnic tables. Drive-through and carry-out is always available. Big Boar Barbecue, a delicious mouthful.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that really actually matter. Like figuring out which remote turns the TV on, or the smell in the vegetable crisper that in no way can be vegetables, or finding your phone when you leave it on vibrate. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Welcome back, race fans. Seven Rivers Racing, KQEG TV. Make sure you look us up on YouTube. All of our shows go on there, and you can pretty much find every single show we've done over the past 10 years. I was flipping through a couple of days ago, and I found, I think it was show number 3 10 years ago with Al Losi, who used to be the co-host on here. We had some cool shirts back then from Al Losi and fansarena.com. Had the black ones where they were stitched, and they had little captain's things in the top right here. I still have that at home. I may have to bring that out here once we get closer to Oktoberfest.
What's wrong with the bowling shirts we got now?
No, I love the ones we had. Matter of fact, the coolest ones we ever had was the fishing type ones we had designed. I think that was year number 2. And they were tan, and they actually had the fishing pockets where you brought up the Velcro, and there was webbing in here. Those were really cool, too. So Al Losi's always done a great job. Big Enduro last Saturday night. We had 84 2 years ago. That was good enough. Let's try to up the ante and put 110 4- and 6-cylinder cars, whether they were on the lead lap or started 3 laps down because of a mechanical, which they had. Man, I tell you what, turn number 2, Log Jam City. Turn number 3, Log Jam City. We went to the halfway mark. We started with 110. We came back with 47, only 30 finished. And we're going to show you exactly what that looked like and why such a small car count towards the end right here.
20T, that's Troy Tomah with a green flag hanging out. Former La Crosse Speedway late model driver. Oh, we've got cars on top of cars. Bernie Lucy's on top of another car in turn 1 and 2. He peels away and he's up and running, but problems with that 37. His hood is open, another car facing the wrong way. Now we've got a log jam in turn 1 to 3 car facing sideways. Oh, can't wait to see how many are left at the halfway mark. 06 is back on. 169 is getting ready to come back on. And we'll try to get as many names as we can, but so many drivers have the same numbers. Look at the guy driving backwards there in turn 4. Here comes the 39 Lion King or Tiger King entry of Drazkowski. Got to play the patience game. We're only 10 laps in, folks. 10 laps in. The 50 is off in turn 2. Back to the pits he goes. The Gold 2 is stalled in turn 2 behind the tire. I feel sorry for the 56 rider. Look at him run backwards off a turn 4. He's going to find somewhere to turn around. That's the 511 entry. He finally can get it turned around. Problems in the 801. He's stalled in turn 3. All right, now it looks like we got a pretty good flow going on. We've transitioned from turn 2 to turn 3, where we have 2 cars stalled. '82 is getting ready to come back on. Jam truck giving some assistance to somebody there. A couple of cars in turn 1. You cannot hit the jam truck. That is a big no-no. 28N is back on as well.
That is Paige Nelson, the 28N. The 21R, man, he's trying to hold on to his parts left and right. Not sure who the 21R is. A whole bunch of cars. Oh, we got a car upside down in turn one. Upside down in turn one. Red flag is out. Malin 01 back out. Burbach's Trailblazer, the 13 back out. The 41 back out again. Closing laps. 6 remaining. Marcoux still alive in the 70. 0-1 at Dexter Malin being scored 5th currently. Zach Leipzig's Moo Machine is still alive, the 0-6, with Fry right behind him. Jam Truck's going to give some assistance. 37's tires completely gone now. He's just running on a rim. 5 laps remain out of 200. '18 has held the majority of the lead the entire second half. We took a break on lap 108. He's now heading into turn 2. Dexter Malin having some power troubles again in the 0-1 machine. Stanfield's back out to conclude this race in the 77S. 4 laps remain. Big collision in the front straightaway. 458 of Dave Nelson of Viroqua met the pickup truck awfully hard. 3 laps remaining. '18 has crossed the stripe. 2 laps remain. Tomah's right behind here on the 20T, running second. White flag flies, 4 left turns and a front straight and a bunch of dodging for the 18 of McFadden and Powers. Checkered flag is in hand. The 18 slows up. Let's see who's going to get this one here. The 18 was passed by Tomah.
And what a great job by Luke McFadden and Nick Powers holding off that frantic charge by Troy Tomah. They're going to claim the victory as a tag team for the 2020 Big Cheese Enduro.
Troy Tomah takes second as he just runs Enduros. He's a former lacrosse late model driver. Runs Enduros all over the place now during the summer. And we do have to give kudos. Taking third was the team of Matt Moore and Dan Fry. Matt Moore took the first, 109 laps, I think we stopped at. Yeah. And Dan Fry ran the last 91 laps. So nice job to those top 3. And kudos to all the drivers that came out, man. I tell you what, I put it on Facebook last week. I'm usually announcing a race with maybe 25 drivers, so getting names, numbers, and sponsors is okay. Try doing it with 110 and see how good of an announcer you are then.
How good are you?
I was real good, Paul.
Yes, you were.
I was spot on. When you're running an Enduro and there's 515s and I knew every single one of them by who was in which one, yeah, we stood the test of time last Saturday. Again, Street Stock's going to be running the Crosse Speedway this weekend with Night of Destruction, and we have a whole lot of Oktoberfest stuff coming up here before we are said and done at the end of October. For Bill and Paul and myself, Dan, again, look us up on YouTube. Got a big contest coming out as well. And we can't wait to see what's coming up over the next couple of weeks. This has been 7 Rivers Racing, KQEG TV.
You've been watching 7 Rivers Racing on KQEG TV with Dan the Voice Diker, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul the Statman Riker. Brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Big Boar Barbecue. Now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist, serving the La Crosse area since 1929. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning. Thanks for watching 7 Rivers Racing on KQEG TV.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Lacrosse has spoken. Hi, Jerry here, and once again you voted us the best barbecue and caterer. This year you added ribs. I'm truly humbled by this honor. If you haven't tried our barbecue, I invite you to stop in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Find out why LaCrosse County consistently votes us #1. Ribs, pulled pork, brisket, and chicken, and so much more. We also cater groups large and small. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem.